ఇట్లా పానల్లో పోతే కష్టమే. అవునైనా రోడ్డు బాగుంది, చాలా వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. మన లైసెన్స్ అప్లై చేసుకుని ఎగ్జామ్ వెళ్ళారు. 4 నిమిషాలకు పెట్టేసినారు 20 బిట్లు. మధ్యాహ్నం కరెక్ట్ 10 నిమిషాలు ఉంటుంది టైము. 20 బిట్లు ఇస్తాడు. చదవడం పెట్టాలి అంతే, ఆన్సర్ ఈజీగా ఉంటాయి.
Hello everyone. Actually today we got late due to some work, but it won't be repeated from next time onwards. So I hope uh, I I hope you people have got yesterday's session whatever I discussed, like the basic circuit and all. Am I audible? Please write in the chat box so that I will start.
Yeah, Nitish, you are audible. You can start the session.
Okay, sir. Well, so yesterday we have talked about the electrical analog circuits, where we have seen certain basic examples from the op-amp circuit. Like we have seen the inverting op-amp, non-inverting op-amp, voltage follower and differentiator kind of circuits. Then we have also seen certain examples which are available in our in the Modelica platform, like in Daimola Modelica platform, like hitting MOS inverter, hitting NPN gate, rectifier. Then we have also seen oscillators and signal generator. So that summed up about the basic circuit designing in Daimola platform, which is a very basic features about every software. If you will take MATLAB also, these kind of features will be available, but depends what kind of results they are giving. So that's why. So now today we will go for a second topic. Like today I have chosen the domain called machine domain. So we will take certain examples from the machine domain and we will solve certain problems. Like we will be doing some modeling kind of things. Then we will analyze the result, and it will be followed by the doubt session. So if you have any doubt, or yes, from yesterday also, if you have analyzed something and if you got doubt, then you can ask me. I will give you 10 minutes time. And today we will go somewhat fast, why? Because we got some late, or we will end up at 4:10 like that. Those who are having classes, they can take the permission, they can leave at that time at 4 o'clock, not now. Okay, so let us start with the session. So I am sharing the screen and then we will go for modeling. So now, as I said yesterday, the same procedure you have to do. First of all, you will have to create a library, then create a class. So let us follow the same process. Go to the new content window, new content, and after that one new window will appear. That is behavior modeling window. That is behavior library. So click on Daimola behavior library. Now title. Give the title name as, for example, today we are doing machine, so we will go for machine. Now copy, first of all, select all, then Control C, copy it, paste in the Modelica attributes, press OK. So now one new library got created. After that, right click on the newly created library, go to right click on that, you will get several options. Choose the new Modelica class, and let's suppose example 1. Okay, example 1 is our first class name. So now the example 1 class has been created here. So double click on that. Now you have entered into the example 1 section. Now, first of all, we will start with the AC machine. We basically know that AC machine is divided into 2 parts. Like there are 2 kinds of AC machines are available, like asynchronous induction machine and synchronous induction machine. Okay. Can anyone provide 2 recorded class links? Pratisha, wait for some time. It will be posted soon. Okay. So basically AC machines are divided into two parts like asynchronous induction machine and synchronous induction machine. Again, asynchronous is divided into two parts. Hopefully, I think everybody knows about it. Those who don't know even, they try to gather all this information. See, in the first class itself, I told systems engineering is not confined to one branch. Try to gather information from other branches as well. That is the era today. You are not going to get any employment if you are confident enough. If you are working with only one branch, if you are very good with one branch, then you may get employment. But if you are going for general requirement with if you are not going for gate and ESC kind of things, then you should focus on other branches as well. That's why you will see IT subjects are being taught in the classes now, right now. Why? Because now the IT field is vast enough, so that is vast enough to give employment. Similarly, to make your future in the core sector also, you should try to diversify your sources. So that's why even if somebody don't know, try to gather the information, try to remember the things, and try to put yourself on the track. Do not try to get back to that again backward system. Try to move forward. Even if you don't know, don't hesitate. Be confident and move ahead. Okay, so I was talking about the different kind of AC machines are available, like asynchronous and synchronous. So today we will do examples from each section. Like we will take asynchronous machine, we will also take synchronous machine, then we will also take DC machines. If time permits, then we will go for DC machines also. So let us start with the session. So first of all, we will take a very simple circuit where I will demonstrate how to connect one circuit with how to connect one machine circuit, and then we will go for some other kind of machines where we will see how to connect some other different truth tables or maybe Boolean algebra to the machine, and how can we operate a machine. Like machine is an analog kind of thing, but how can we operate that in the digital mode also, that we will also be seeing that. So in that manner we will go. So let us first do the first exercise. The first exercise name I am putting is initialization, like how to connect it. So once this will be in 10 to 15 minutes of session, I will complete this first option. Then we will go for next one. Okay. And see, again in the machine, AC machine, DC machine is there. AC machine is two types divided. We will take each example. Also, there are certain machines like transformer. Transformer is also a machine, though it is not dynamic. It is a static machine, but it also comes under machine section. Also, the DC drives, it is also a part of machine. So we will go for each and every example. So we will take it. We do have 2 more days classes, so we will take some power electronics also, and we will take, if rest anything we left, which we will not be covering in the 4 days. If we are unable to cover that in these 4 days, then we will put those everything in that 5th day itself. So I will try to cover the whole domain of electrical, which will consist of electrical as well as electronics part. So next, let's go for taking the components. Now you have to expand the Modelica. You have to go to the electrical. Now in the electrical, see analog, digital, these are there. So first of all, today we are going for machines. So we will go for machines. Now, when you will explore the machine part, you will find the basic machines are here. See, it has been categorized like asynchronous machine, synchronous machine, DC machines, quasi-stationary DC machine, and transformers. So today we will go for, first of all, we will go for asynchronous induction machine. So I will expand. Now see, there are two kinds of asynchronous machines are available. One is squirrel cage, another one is slip ring. So let's suppose I am taking squirrel cage. I will work on squirrel cage first. So I have dragged the machine. Now you can see the internal circuit of the machines here. See, this is the internal circuit of the machine. The rotor starter has been represented in a different way. It is not like there will be two round kind of structure and the winding will be there. No, not like that. It is like you have to think about it. It is a kind of logical thing. This rotor, this will represent the inertia of the rotor. This will represent the static position. This will represent the sphere. Like if it is spherical, then I should give a spherical path. Then these all are conductors. These all will replace conductors, and what kind of winding you are providing, star, delta, everything. So it is like whatever we are discussing in the 5th day session, it's about application. But when we are going for manufacturing, like how we are creating a machine, then we need to study a lot more about it. And it is a very difficult task. See, if you from the diagram itself you think how much logic you need to put. See this option, inertia rotor, means they have taken a mechanical body and they are donating that as they are denominating that as inertia. Inertia means the at standstill position, what is the inertia of that rotor, what is the carrying capacity, what is the weight, what is the specific gravity, everything that has been represented. So in that manner only we have to go. It's not like we will get it something with full round shape rotor and it will move. No, we have to represent each and every physical quantity with different kinds of material. Or if single word, if I say, we have to supplement each and every physical quantity with a particular component. Each and every physical quantity. Inertia is a physical quantity, movement is a physical quantity, speed is a physical quantity. Everything we have to represent. Okay, so coming back to the topic again, see this is the machine I took. Now I have to take certain things to run it. Now to run the machine, generally machines are of single phase or three phase. Okay, so generally the single phase are not used. In very rare cases, currently people are using it. Maybe in home you might be using for water pump or something, or else everywhere three phase induction machines are used. So now how to give connection to it? So let us take some sources here. So we will go and take from multi-phase. As it is not a single phase, so we will go for multi-phase. From multi-phase, we will take some connections. Now it is star connection and delta connection. Why? Because if three-phase comes into picture, then we need to take star delta. We need to take into consideration of star as well as delta. So let's suppose my machine is connected is delta connection. Sorry, star connection. Okay. Next, what I need? Next, I need one source. Definitely one source is required. So I will take one source. Let's suppose I need one sine voltage. Okay. Sinusoidal three phase. See, M is equals to 3. It has written M is equals to 3. M stands for number of cycles. Now next, what I need? I need a ground connection. So ground I will get it from here. Analog basic. I will go and I will get the ground over here. Next, what I need? I need a load. If machine is there, why I am using the machine? Because I have to use my load. You know, in water pump, what is the load? Water is the load. Okay, that is something, the work of the machine is to take water from the ground to the top. So that is its load. So how to represent the load? Load will have certain kind of physical quantity. I don't know. So that's what I have to do. I have to use certain components which will represent as a load. Okay, here we don't have any physical load that I will connect to the machine and I will run it. So I have to represent that in a physical quantity level. See, sinusoidal sine voltage means what? This is a component which represents sinusoidal voltage. The sinusoidal voltage is not coming here. Generally, we are not connecting physically. So we have to think about the load. So I will represent my load with a inertia. Why I am representing load with a inertia? Why? Because inertia means what? A standstill body. If I want to move any standstill body, then I have to overcome the body from its inertia. Newton's second law. Newton's first law talks about that nothing will move if you are until and unless you are applying any force. So means what? That is a topic of inertia. But in the second law, he has explained that until and unless we are putting one force, or let's suppose if any particular force is there, that should be more than that of the inertia. If a car is there, if I want to move the car, then I should produce certain energy or certain force which will be more than the inertia of the car. Then only the car will move. So similarly here also I will take a body there will be some inertia of that body, and the machine has to generate more force than that inertia. For example, my inertia is equals to 0.7, for example, Newton meter. Then my machine should generate that much thrust, that much torque. It should be capable enough to run the body, to overcome its inertia and to run the body. So I will represent the load with the inertia. Inertia will be available in the mechanics, then go to rotational and then go to components. Here inertia is there. Okay. Now what is the behavior of my machine? What is the behavior of my machine? Like whether it is a torque step, torque ramp, what is the behavior of my torque? Because ultimate aim of the machine is to generate torque. So what is the torque rating? So that's what I have to take. I have to take one a source which will give a guidance to the machine that what should be your path of torque, because every machine's torque is different. I think everybody knows about it. Every machine's torque is different. So whenever I'm using one squirrel cage, I am using a squirrel cage motor. But did I define its torque? Did I talked about anything like what is the capacity of the torque? What is the like parameter? What is the slope of the torque? What kind of response it will give? What kind of graph it will generate? I didn't talk about it. So that's why I have to take one particular source which will guide my machine to generate such torque. So that torque I will get it from rotational sources. Okay. So I will go to here and I will check for some, say, torque step is there. I need torque step, or I need constant speed, or I need sine torque, I need constant torque, or eddy current torque, I need linear speed dependent torque, quadratic speed dependent torque. So different kinds of torques are available. So I have to decide what should be the what kind of torque I want to generate from my machine. Let's suppose I want to generate torque step. So I will take a torque step. Okay. So I will go for orientation of it. Now I will go for orientation. Okay. Next we will go for connection. So I will orient it. So it has been connected now. Next. Next I will connect the sources with a star connection. Now while giving this, I have to give positive supply. So I will give positive supply. You can mix this to here. You can connect it to here. Okay. Or else it will ground it automatically. There is a mechanism here. Oh, this is a negative terminal. Either you can ground it. See, either you can ground it like this. Wait. Either you can ground it like this, or it is not necessary also, because in the machine while designing, these things has been taken care of. Okay, this is called advanced modeling. So now inertia has been connected. Okay, now torque step. Now we will also connect some other materials here. This is the first example. It's for energization of my machine, how to connect and how to move ahead. Now I just brought a dummy body. See, this is a dummy body, but what about data set? Data set means what? Like air gap, what is the flux cutting rate, what kind of winding is there, then what is the air flux rate, what is the number of poles, then what is the inertia of different kinds of components available. So that's why I have to bring a data back. Okay, so that's a data box. I will get it the data box from the machine. Okay, so I will go to machine part, electrical, machine. Okay, I will expand the machine. You go to utility section. When you will enter into the utility section, you will get parameter records. See, parameter records. Now here, see, for different kind of machine, different kinds of data are there. Like for induction machine data. For squirrel cage data. For slip ring machine, slip ring data. Similarly, for permanent magnet, electrically excited, reluctance motor, DC series motor, DC electrically excited motor, DC permanent magnet motor. So every machine will come with its data. For example, I have used squirrel cage data, so I will take squirrel cage data. This is what this this body is a dummy body. But what is the data of this body? This is a dummy body. But here everything works with the values. So the AIMC data will carry the total data about the machine. Total data, number of poles, air flux rate, everything. Whatever the physical quantity a motor possesses, everything it will consider. Now I have to make a loop of it. Like I have to fetch this AIMC data with this machine. So I will double click on the machine. Now see P terminal. It is asking P terminal. So I have to guide it. I have to tell to the machine that collect the number of poles data from this yellow block. I have to tell to the machine that machine, you collect number of poles data from this yellow box. Means I have to write a code for it. So what is the code? Like AIMC data dot P. AIMC data dot P. I have to tell like AIMC data. AIMC data means what? Like this is the this is the this is the thing from where we will get the data about the number of poles. Now when we will compile it, like whenever I'm running it, there is a compiler running which is converting higher level language into the machine understandable language. Like here machine means what? Software will work only with 1 and 0. So here I am using a high level language. So while converting, compiler will also get this information that AIMC data.p. That means go to the AIMC data and take the number of poles data from there. Okay. Similarly, here also we'll write AIMC data.fs nominal, like what is the frequency of it. So I will go for AIMC data dot fs nominal dot AIMC data, sorry, wait, nominal AIMC data dot fs nominal. Similarly, JR means rotor moments of inertia. Here it is there 0.29. So no need to check. If you want to check, you can write it like AIMC data dot JR. Okay. Next, JS. JS, I am putting a JR and JS are same. So that's why no need to change. Now coming to TS operational. What is the temperature you want to give? Temperature means 20 degrees centigrade. Let's suppose I want to run it in 20 degrees centigrade. You can make it to 30 also. Okay. Now mechanical start is required. So I will click on mechanical start because I need phi, mechanical angle of rotor against the starter. I need that. That's why I will click on that. Suppose you want mechanical angular velocity also, you can tap on it. Okay. Now press OK. Now this machine work is completed. Now data pack. What is the data you want to give for your sinusoidal voltage? Okay. So let's suppose my sinusoidal voltage is how much you want to give? Amplitude of sine waves. Each wave, let's suppose 100. Okay, 100 volt. Frequency. Do you want to give frequency? Yes, I want to give frequency as 50 Hz, for example. Net offset everything, leave it as it is. Okay. So V100 it is not accepting. So I will be using 50. Okay, still it is not available. Let's suppose 10. No. It should accept. Let me open again. Okay. Now it is saying V. Amplitude of that. So 10. Frequency. Let's suppose 5 Hz. Wait, I have to check it right. Why it is showing like this? It should accept the voltage. Well, let me check again information. M is equals to 3, field V start M FL. Yes, let me copy this command. If it will work means it's okay. Well, it's not accepting why. Well, I will again take this sinusoidal voltage. Wait, go to multi-phase. Here will be sinusoidal voltage. Sin voltage. So here connection completed. Next I have to go for giving the values. Why V value it is not accepting? Well, let me verify with another command. If it is working, then I'll explain about the command. Square root of 2 by 3 into V nominal, comma M. Similarly for frequency, let us first give frequency fill F nominal, comma M. Okay, it is accepting this. So this is a coding language. Coding language means what you know? See V nominal value. Collect the V nominal value by multiplying 2 by 3. Now you will ask why, sir, why we will use square root of 2 by 3? Have you ever studied about AC signal in the first year of basic electrical engineering? Square root of 2 by 3. What is the square root of 2 by 3? How much? Square root of 2 by 3? Hello, am I audible? Okay, so this is something PHI. PHI means the angle. If you remember, here we clicked the angle value. See here, we clicked here in the machine. In the machine we clicked. See here. In the machine we clicked phi mechanical start, W mechanical start, phi mechanical start. So this is the angle. This is the angle which it has covered. Now if we'll go for A means acceleration. Acceleration is constant here. Acceleration is constant with 0.77, 0.778, something like that. Okay, and what is my W value? W value which is a linear one. So my machine is moving linearly. I will explain why these graphs are there. Okay, next check the torque step. Torque step value should also be same as that of the inertia. Then only we will conclude that our machine is running right. Next, I will explain why we are getting these three graphs. Okay, why we are getting these three graphs. So first of all, torque. Why this torque graph is like this? Why it is not linear? If my speed is linear, my torque should also be linear. Then why it is creating some slope? Why it is not linear? So the reason behind that is, if you know the definition of the torque, torque stands for force into perpendicular distance. Force means what? Here force is what? Force means the input voltage is acting as a force. But when it is perpendicular distance means what? In the rotor body. In the rotor body, when it is with respect to distance, when the force is getting applied. Again, I am repeating. For example, there is a particular amount of force is flowing to the flowing inside the rotor. Now the force we generated the force. Now the force will applied on the rotor. So whenever it will applied means what? It will cover some part of some area of the rotor. Some area of the rotor it will encounter. So that area is called what? Distance. So force into distance. So what happens during that process? Certain amount of energy got lost. Certain amount of energy or certain amount of force gets lost. That is called flux loss. Okay, the flux gets lost. So that's why we don't get that much amount of voltage which it should generate inside the rotor body. It won't be able to generate. So that's why this deep slope is due to that only. If you want to calculate the slope of it, you can take a right angle triangle here, compare the values and put the Pythagoras theorem and find out the last value, like how much percentage or how much losses has been occurred. You can create here. See, my speed is same. My speed is linear. My acceleration is linear. Speed linear means what? Rate speed means what? See this W. Speed, this stands for speed, or we can say the velocity. Rate of change of speed is velocity, and rate of change of velocity is acceleration. So my acceleration is it has reached to a value and it got constant. But in this case, my speed is linear. So my torque should also come linear. But my torque is not coming linear. Why? Because there is a losses. There is a force into perpendicular distance. So when it covers distance, certain amount of losses do occur. So that's why I'm not getting the linear signal. But it should be linear, but we are not getting the linear for that. Now I think it is audible. Baba Fakiruddin, am I audible? Okay. So the first one, like how to start, is completed. Okay. How to start? Like this is the starting with the machine circuit. Next, we'll go for inverter option of machine. How can we run a machine with a DC supply? This is the AC supply I gave and it is running. It's okay. It's fine. Quite fine. Now, how to run a machine with DC supply? Okay. How to run a AC machine with DC supply? We will do that. Now, you just think about it. How can we generate it? Either there are two ways. Either I have to change certain modifications inside my machine, or else what I have to do, I have to use a converter. I have to use a converter or any frequency modulator which will generate frequency. We know DC signal has no frequency. So I have to introduce frequency in the DC signal, then it will act as a AC signal. Okay. So I will use that approach. I will use a controller over here which will convert one DC signal into a AC signal, and it will be fed back to the machine. The machine will start operating. The result will also come approximately same. Whatever result we have got now, the similar result we will get in the output also. And one more thing, we didn't check the sinusoidal voltage. So let us check that sinusoidal voltage. Then we will go for inverter operation of AC machine. Okay, so we will go to sine voltage. See here. This is the first phase. This is the second phase. This is the third phase. See, this is the sinusoidal signal which is entering. Three phases of voltage. Either you can get it individually also. Individual one, second one, and third one. Like in this manner, it right, something will be from up, one will be from bottom, and one will be from 0th position. Okay. Power electronics people will be able to understand it, because every power electronics is all about degrees. At which point it is starting, at which point it is ending. Okay, I think everybody knows got the idea. So let us delete this graph. Next, we'll go for inverter operation of AC machine. Well, now what I have to do, I have to delete one, I have to delete this, I have to delete this also, I have to delete this also. Next, I have to delete ground also. Ground is also not necessary. Now I have to introduce certain basic other kind of features. Okay. I have to delete the AC source. Now I have to introduce something different kind of thing. Okay. Now I will go for DC source. DC source will be available in the, I will go to block section and I will collect a DC source. Here there will be go to the sources, we'll find different kinds of sources, clock, step, ramp. So I will use a ramp signal. Ramp signal is also a DC signal. Next, I have to convert it ramp signal into a AC signal. So what I have to do, I have to use one BF controller. Okay. Again, I am saying there are two ways of doing it. Either change some configuration or add frequency to the DC signal, then it will act as a AC signal. So what I have to do, I have to take one frequency modulator or frequency controller which will introduce frequency inside the DC signal. So I will go for frequency, or we can say VF controller. Voltage frequency controller. Voltage frequency controller I will get from machine, utilities, and here VF controller. So I will introduce here. Next, next I will connect both. Okay. Next I will connect both. Now it has got connected. Next, what I have to do, I have to connect this VF controller to here, but directly I can't connect. Directly I can't connect. So what I have to do, I have to use a source. I have to use a source. Okay. So what kind of source I will use? Like one passing source I need. Okay. So I will go for, wait. I'll go for one source. So here the signal voltage is there. Signal voltage means what? It will only pass. It will not generate. Again, I'm saying it is not a self-generating machine. Like sinusoidal voltage means what? It will self-generate sinusoidal signal and it will pass it to the machine circuit. But it is not a self-generating voltage source. So what it will do? It will pass. So that is something I want. I want that it should pass. I want it should pass. Okay. I want it should pass it. Whatever data is there, it should pass to the machine. It should not self-generate. Okay. So I will connect it here and I will supply the star phase connection, star connection. Okay. Star connection. Now star connection, I will supply one ground. Why we have controller? See, there is a DC signal. See, ramp, there is a DC signal. I want to convert, I want to run AC machine with DC signal. I want to run a AC machine with DC signal. So what I will do? I will use one. How to convert one DC signal into AC signal? Inverter. Either I will use inverter, or else what I will do, I will introduce voltage and frequency. Even in inverter also, we are actually introducing voltage and frequency. If you will really study about the inverter, read about it. Where actually we are focusing? We are only focusing on voltage and frequency. Voltage means at what kind of degree duration you are giving, 120 degree, 180 degree, what kind of commutation you are giving. That is voltage part. Now frequency part, what kind of frequency you are introducing in the signal. Because DC signal has no frequency, so I have to add frequency if I am going to convert it into AC. Okay, so that's why I'm using VF controller. VF controller, see, VF, voltage frequency controller, which will introduce voltage and frequency to the DC signal, and it will pass it to the machine. Then my machine will operate. Okay, next, let us connect it. Okay, so I will connect this to here. Next, I will connect this. Wait. Okay. Signal voltage. See, before what we were using one. Why we are using signal voltage? Again, I am explaining. See, before we are using sinusoidal voltage. Sinusoidal voltage means the sinusoidal body is self-capable enough to give the voltage. But signal voltage means, see, there is no source. Do you find any graph here? Do you find any sinusoidal signal? But here you will find the sinusoidal signal. See here. You will find a graph. The difference between these two. This is self-generator. It can generate this signal, but it will not. Signal generator is only meant for, signal voltage is only meant to pass the signal. Means here why I'm using signal voltage means from ramp signal, ramp is a DC source, the DC will get converted into AC over here, and the AC signal should pass into the machine. That's why I'm using a pass circuit. That is one signal voltage. Signal voltage will pass to pass that information, or pass that signal to the my machine, to my AC machine. Okay. So let us give data to it. Ramp signal, ramp height, how much I want. For example, I want height 1, duration, how much you want. No, we will increase the height. We'll increase the height up to 2, and duration I want only 1. Offset and start time, leave it at 0. We are not changing it. Okay. Next, VF controller. What is the V you want? What is the F you want? What is the V you want? And what is the F you want? If you don't have signal voltage, you won't be able to connect. If you don't have signal voltage, how we will connect, how we will fetch, how we will feed the voltage? If you will not use this particular terminal, this will not get connected to here. That's why I have to use one signal voltage, which will pass it. It will just pass. Okay. So if I will not have this, then I won't be able to provide voltage to my machine. Okay. So let us give values. V nominal value, how much V you want? After converting it into the DC signal, like after converting it into the DC from DC to AC, what is the voltage you want in the AC signal? That is, it is asking. So in V nominal, I will put some value. Let's suppose I want 100. Okay. Frequency I want 50. Let's suppose I want 50. Press. Okay. Enter. Now I will run it and I will check it. Remaining all I have already given, so that's why no need to give. We will go for running of the machine. So let us see, there are certain, it is saying certain error are there. So let us find out what kind of error is there. Errors found in the VF controller error, signal voltage V. There is a error with the VF controller and the signal voltage. Okay. So signal voltage, what is the error? Yes, it is right. So it check in the VF, V nominal and 50. So here we have to write the V nominal. Why? Because it is saying to write V nominal. Here sometimes, somewhat you are getting scripting kind of things. Here scripting things come into picture. You have to write some code for it. This is the Modelica commands actually. Now see whether any error are coming or not. Again, error in the signal voltage. Why there is error in the signal voltage? So we will change it. Let's suppose we will change it. V nominal 20, frequency 5. Again error. Let us check again. Is there any connection problem? No. I will again introduce signal voltage. This kind of error you will face it whenever you will go for it. It will not be completed in one go. So repetitively you have to do things. At the time it got connected, it is not connecting now. Yes, yes. Last time I followed the same procedure, it got connected. Now it is not connecting. Array size of variables in the connection must match. It is saying that the array size must match. But array size already I've given 1. Well, done. Next, we'll go for values. Well done. Let us run it. Base page. Let us give the base page. Again, message library example 1, error found in connect VF controller Y signal dot B, signal voltage dot B. Connect VF controller Y signal voltage V. There is an error here again. So let us check again. M is equals to 3. We can't put any value here because M should be 3 because it is a 3-phase connection. VF controller. Well, let us decrease the duration and then check it whether any values are coming or not. Okay. I have tried it with different times, but today what happened? 20. Frequency, let us put 0, 100, then check. Again error. Error found the connect VF controller, same error. Let me go for new project once. I will copy all, Control C. I will put it here. Okay, now I will run it. The library is structurally singular. Input connect, some elements of the input connector B are not connected from the outside. Something is not connected from the outside, it is saying. Signal voltage is not connected properly. The model machine.library is structurally singular. See, if it is coming that structurally singular or something, then it is somewhere the supply has not been connected properly. Means there is a open circuit somewhere. Now open circuit doesn't mean that only physically. It will be logically also. So we have to check it where actually logically the connection is not valid. That is something we need to check. Basically, when I used to connect this, such kind of diagram, such kind of connection only requires a value. Whenever you are connecting such things, just select the things where you want to connect signal voltage VF controller Y. See error Y, what is the error coming? See, VF controller Y is not connected with signal voltage V. That is the error it is coming. So I used to do like connect VF controller, so 1. Press OK, but it is saying array size of variables in the connection must match. Not, it is not accepting. Let us run it now. Some elements of the input connector of signal voltage are not connected from the outside. Are not connected from the outside, it is saying. Let us disconnect all the lines and then check it. Okay. Hopefully now it should run. Okay, again same error. Let us go back to the topic and then check. Here what kind of errors are coming. Here coming the model contained invalid expression. Something is error here. Well, we will change this one. This is not the first time I'm doing this. Why it is occurring? Let me check it again. Like any kind of signal which is not getting proper interface. Let us bring VF controller once again. So we'll go to machine, then we'll go to utilities. After utilities, somewhere we will find utilities, machines, then utilities, VF controller. We'll find VF controller here. So we will put values. Somebody has asked something. Sir, yesterday class video not available in Drive, only audio available. Oh, then I have to check about it. I will check and I will inform. The following parameter don't have any value, only a standard value. Okay. So delete the machine also. Let us take the machine once again. So repeated, it is a kind of repetitive experiment. You have to check different time, a lot many times things. Okay. Now again the same thing, AIMC data, data.p. Similarly, AIMC data.fs nominal. Okay. FS nominal. Similarly, AIMC data.jr. Okay. 20 degrees centigrade, 20 degrees centigrade. Now let us run. Again, it is saying the diamola has inertia phi start. Phi start also you have to give value. Let's suppose phi start value is 1. Now next see. VF control, VF nominal 25 0. Okay, finally it ran. Now go for replay animation. Now run it for 5 seconds. Okay, next you have to check the VF controller graph first of all. VF controller graph amplitude is equals to this much. Wait. VF controller amplitude is this is. We will check the arrangement. See, this is the AC signal which the VF controller generated. This is the AC signal which the VF controller has generated. See, this three-phase signal. Let me again show you. See, this is the signal the VF controller generated. One thing you can mark it, the starting point of three signals are same. The starting point of three signals are same. If you remember sinusoidal signal, one sinusoidal signal will start from the 0th position, one will start from the top, one will start from the bottom. If you remember. But here see the starting points are same. And it is converting the DC signal into AC signal. Now why starting points are same? Why? Because my DC signal because whenever Hello, am I audible now? Okay. Sir, I haven't given. I will give you after some time. Actually, okay, let me share the screen. Okay, so here find C. Here my speed is same thing which I got in the earlier response. My acceleration is same. Here only the one changes I have seen it with my VF controller graph. I have seen it with my VF controller graph. I have seen with VF controller graph. See, the starting point is same, whereas the rest all things are different. Something is going negative axis, some are going in positive axis, some are going in more positive axis. So that is the only difference. So here we have learned it. We can convert any DC signal into AC signal by the help of VF controller, and we can feed it back to the machine and we can get the response. Okay. Any doubt, ask me, or else I will go for some complex examples now. Similarly, we can, like tomorrow also we will take some machine example and power electronics example, because machine is a somewhat vast topic, and digital electronics also we will see it. So that's why we will take those as well. So, squirrel cage is completed. Similarly, for slip ring also you have to take the same thing. For slip ring also, only one difference will be there. You can follow the same experiments with slip ring also. See, this is the slip ring machine. This is a slip ring machine, but what is the difference is there? Here you have to connect the field winding or field voltage. You connect a DC source to it. You connect a DC source to it. Okay. Please explain all block diagram. Block diagram means I didn't get it. Can you just like this? What is ramp? What is VF controller? What is machine? Like that. Okay. See, ramp signal. It is a ramp signal. I think everybody knows about ramp signal. If you have studied control system or power electronics, you will find a rapid use of ramp signal. A very vast use of ramp signal. How do we get the ramp signal? We get the ramp signal by integrating the unit ramp signal. Okay, if we will do the integration of unit ramp signal, then we will get the ramp signal. So this is a kind of DC signal. Now you may ask, sir, why it is a DC signal? See the response, see the graph. In ramp signal, what happens? Even if you will energize, suppose you have given the power supply to the ramp signal or ramp generator. Okay, now it should start, but it won't start until and unless it reaches its forward voltage bias, voltage thing or threshold voltage. At this point of time, that let me zoom. See, at this point of time, if my voltage is, for example, 0.5, the threshold voltage for ramp signal is 0.5. Let's suppose. So it will not run until and unless it reaches to the 0.5. And suppose it reaches to the 0.5, direct peak should happen. Direct peak should, very sudden and sharp peak should happen, and it reaches to its highest value, and again it goes constant. So that's why it acts as a DC signal. That's why it acts as a DC signal. It is not a pure DC signal, but yes, it is a kind of direct signal. Coming to the VF controller part, VF controller is a component which is available inside the Modelica platform to convert any direct signal into a alternating signal. Any kind of direct signal can be converted into a alternating signal. So that's why VF controller has been used. Next, signal voltage is just to pass the output of the VF controller. We have used the signal voltage. This is the star. This is ground connection. Now this is the machine, slip ring machine. Now this is a dummy box. To give the data to the machine, we have used this AIMC data.p coding language. This is called Modelica coding or command. We have given the command. AIMC data.p means what? We are saying to the machine that go to the AIMC data, collect the number of p value. Number of p, see how much? 2. See here. GR 2.9, 0.29, JS is equals to JR, FS nominal is equals to 50, effective starter turns is equals to 1. So these are the data available for the machine. So whenever you are writing AIMC data.p, that means you are telling to the machine that collect the number of poles data from the AIMC data. Okay. Inertia to represent the load. Every load it contains some inertia. Suppose you want to rotate something, then at the standstill position it is in inertia. So the motor voltage should be more than that. Then only the load will move. And this is a torque step we are using to guide the torque. What kind of torque we want? We want one torque step. That's why we have used one torque step. You can change this one with torque constant. You can change this one with quadratic torque. You can change this one with constant torque. It totally depends on your wish. I just show you one example. Similar experiments you can do with this slip ring machine also. Only one difference will be there in the slip ring, that you have to connect one DC source here. This is the field winding. See this part. This is the field winding terminal. Field winding terminal. You can connect a DC source here. Okay. Well, that's good. So you can connect one field winding here. Okay. And the same experiment you can do it for the slip ring also. Okay. Some other kind of machine, if you want to see, let me show you some example. Its example will be available in asynchronous machine maybe. Well, asynchronous machine examples are there. There are some other examples. See here. It is a kind of same kind of things are available. See here. Star connection is there. Sine voltage is there. Now here, what is that? What is the difference between what I did and what? See, whatever I'm saying, just try to understand my words. See, I have used the ground, I have used the star connection, I have used the sine voltage. Now here, see, there is a switch. Now, how to switch on and switch off this? Like this switch is not a manual one. It will be digitalized. It will be digitalized. It will only on when the Boolean signal will go. When the Boolean signal will go, then only the switch will on. Otherwise, it is not. Now you may ask, what is the necessity of that? That I'll explain. Wait. Next, see, this is a current sensor. If you want to measure how much current is coming from this source, you can use this particular sensor. Here also, in our experiment, here also, in our experiment, if you want to measure current, connect a current sensor and end it here. Connect a current sensor over here. You will get your current value. Current data also you can get it. Okay. So coming back to these examples. So see here, here I have used one current sensor to measure the current, and this is the machine as usual. I have taken the load as an inertia. I am representing the load with inertia. Now here see I am using quadratic load torque. At that time I was using torque step. At that time I was using torque step, but now I am using one quadratic load torque. That means I want my torque should give one quadratic load torque. Quadratic, the curve should be one quadratic kind of thing. That's why I've used a quadratic load torque. Okay. And if you now, what is the use of this? Sometimes what happens if your machine needs, if you are directly connecting with the source, suppose you need to go for maintenance of the machine. Then at that point, what you have to do? You have to go for direct disconnection. So to avoid the direct disconnection, what they have done, they have used one signal. They have used one switch. Just switch on and switch off. No need to go for physical disconnection. Give digital disconnection. Means if the input is high, if the amplitude is high, then connect it. If it is coming to 0, then disconnect it. Are you able to understand? Boolean means what? If the top, if it is giving one pulse, then 1. If there is no pulse, that means 0. 1 means start, means it will connect. It will get connected. If 0 means disconnected. Okay. So this is one example. This is very short example. That's why I'm not doing, because whatever I done now, it is somewhat same. Only this switch application. Only this switch application. And if you want to read about anything, just right click on it, go for documentation edit and read about the machine. What is the use of that? What is the nominal speed things? What kind of V nominal is 100, F nominal is 50, T start 0.1, load 161.4. Means 161.4 load it can handle. So these are the data, you can get it. Okay. Next, this one, see. This one again the same thing, 2 switches. This one again the Same thing, two switches. Why two switches has been used? Let's suppose your supply to the machine is not correct one. Like it should be, for example, here sinusoidal we are using. For example, my sinusoidal voltage contains some noise, which is dangerous for the machine. Or let's suppose it is very high sort of voltage came, and this switch blown out. Suppose very high voltage came and the switch blown out. Now who will save my machine? There must be some another mechanism to save my machine. So they have used another Boolean operation. Okay, so that until it reaches to this point, we can either stabilize the voltage, or this switch will blown out and my machine will be safe enough. My machine will be safe enough. That's why they have used two round of protection. Okay, two round of protection. That is the only the difference. Otherwise, same thing. And same current sensor has been used to measure the current flowing from the source. Okay. Next, AIMC transformer. Now here what happens? Suppose here I'm using sinusoidal signal. This see how gradually complexity is increasing. First of all, I used starting process. Then I have gone for inverter approach. Now I am showing you switches. Then second I shown two switches. Now what is the use of transformer here? Suppose you want to check the voltage. Like you suppose here the voltage is less. Suppose the input voltage is less enough, but my machine needs, for example, 460 volt, or let's suppose three phase. My machine is three phase connection and it needs around 300 volt for operation, 300 voltage for operation. But here my supply is due to some problem, it is giving 280. So with 280, my machine will not get that much energy, and load will not come to know about, right? If my load will increase, what will happen? The current demand will increase. Current demand will increase. If you have read about your basic machines part, then you can you know that whenever I am increasing the load, the voltage remains constant at the end, or it varies very minorly. But current demand increases whenever I am using much load. If I will put, then current demand increases. If current demand is not getting fulfilled, then my machine will burn out. Due to excess heat, my machine will burnt out. Okay. So for example, if my machine needs 300 volt for its operation, this load is, suppose the load is very high load. The load is very high load, and to run it, my machine needs 300 voltage, but my input is able to give only 250 volt. Then what I have to do? I have to increase it, right? I have to increase it in the meanwhile. So that's why I have used one transformer, step up transformer, which will step up the voltage and it will provide adequate amount of voltage to my machine so that my machine will able to run the load and it will not burnt out. Okay, I think you have got the idea. If you want to see the response, just go same thing. Only here graphical things will come into picture. Okay, next thing you can check all the parameters. If you want to check transformer data, you want to check what is a V1, V2, V1 phase, one phase 57.735 voltage, one phase 2 current is 288.675 ampere. Now you might be thinking that, see, I was telling you, whenever load increases, current demand increases. So see how much voltage? Voltage is just 58 volt, but current is 288.675 ampere. Do you imagine 288.675 ampere? In our households, we are using 5 to 6 ampere only, 5 to 6 ampere. Now see about the demand, 288.675 current. Okay. These are the data. You can go through each and every bit of that and you can take the graph of it if you want to know that physical quantity. But actually we will go for the load inertia only. Every time we just focus on load inertia, we will take the phi value. See, now it is more slope. See, at that time, whatever you are using, that was less slope. But see, it is more slope now. Means there are much losses. And definitely, whenever current wherever current is high, keep in your mind, whenever current is high, anywhere current is high, losses will be maximum. Losses will be maximum. That's why our running things like machine, like motors and all, that they got burnt very easily. You might have seen your home also. It will go for 1 year or 2 years. If you will not use in a very proper manner, it will burnt out because of sudden up and down of current. and we are not using any stabilizer. Are you using any stabilizer for the motor? No. We are using stabilizer for fridges. We are using for stabilizer for ACs, very costly item, but we don't think motor is a costlier item. So that's why we don't connect actually stabilizers. That's why our motor definitely sometimes got burnt, and we repair it and again use it, again repair and use it. This cycle continues. So here see how much losses are occurring. More the deepest curve, more the losses. And you can calculate the loss by, how to calculate losses? By taking the slope. Geometry will come into picture. See, this is the acceleration. See how it is going. It is constant. Again, it is increasing. Again, it is getting constant. See, this is the response we are getting. This is the response we are getting. Okay. Next kind of example, just see it. Conveyor belt. How, see now what I am using, see current, see check here. At that time I was using one, just to represent my load, I was using one inertia. But now I have got a load. What is my load? Conveyor belt. Have you ever seen conveyor belt? If anybody has not seen, please go to YouTube and type conveyor belt and see what is conveyor belt. So to move the conveyor belt also I need motor. I need motor. Okay. So see the, yes, I will give it. I have planned everything. Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I will give whole kind of assignments. You can check it each and everything, note it down, and you can check. So if you have seen conveyor belt, then it's fine, good. If you have not seen, please go and see what kind of conveyor belts are there, how it actually operates. It will take you only 5 minutes. Only 5 minutes of your time will give you some adequate knowledge about the current system. Okay. So coming back to the topic again, see here the same thing we have done. We have taken one duty cycle. Now you might be thinking, what is duty cycle? If you have read digital electronics, there you are using duty cycle. Or in power electronics also, we are using duty cycle to energize the gate circuit. In the power electronics, in the thyristors, if you want to energize the gate circuit, we are using duty cycle or Schmitt trigger circuit or triggering circuit. So duty cycle is also a kind of pulse circuit. Pulses means digital signal or not a continuous one, or it is a direct signal. Okay, so to convert the direct signal into a AC signal, I am using this VF controller again, and that VF controller is again converting the direct signal into alternative signal, and it is passing through the signal voltage, and it is coming via current, like this is the current sensor which will measure the current, and it will reach to the machine. Now my machine load is different. My machine load is ideal gear. Now what is the mass of the ideal gear? That has been represented by using a mass terminal. Understood? This is my ideal, this is my gear. Gear is my load. In this case, my load is gear. But what is the mass of the gear? Because mass important, because if until and unless I know about the mass of my load, how will I able to generate much more voltage? If it is 50 kg, then I should generate such a voltage that my machine should able to run 50 kg, should able to handle the 50 kg of load. So that's why that has been represented as mass here. And the sine force. Now you might be thinking, what is sine force? Here I am using one sine force. Sine force means it will just denote. Just remember, for time being, just remember that while rotating a conveyor belt, we need sine force. Sine force means in which direction it should move. Understood? Suppose you want forward movement or backward movement. You want forward movement or backward movement. Have you ever done some experiment on DC motor? You might have seen you can move it in forward motion or in backward motion. And in conveyor belt, both kind of motion we need. Conveyor belt will go in one row, again it will come back, again it will go, again it will come back. So that is one loop, forward and backward, both will work. So that's why we have to use one sine force. Sine force means if it is positive means forward, negative means backward, or vice versa. Negative means forward, positive means backward. That is depends on the user, how he is going to use the sign. Okay, so that's why here we are using sine force. We are not using torque. We are using sine force. What is the work of sine force here? Sine force will give the denomination, will guide the path to the machine. It will guide the machine like in which direction forward biasing is there, or in which direction forward moving is there, and in which direction backward moving is there. That's why we are using sine force. Okay, pulse signal, yes, it is right. Next example. See, this is one more thing. Okay. So this is one more example. See, this is example is AIMC inverter drive. Now it is looking very complex. I hope you people might be thinking very complex thing. But see, forget about this part. Forget this input part. See, I'm coloring this. How much part I am coloring, forget about it. Rest part you are well aware about it. Whatever I have colored now, see again I'm saying, whatever I have colored now, just forget about that. But remaining you are well aware about it because you have already seen it. Now let us break the cycle. Now what is this? Let us solve the mystery. See, ground is there, star connection is there, sinusoidal is my input. Current sensor is used to measure the current, how much current this sinusoidal voltage is giving. So I want to know that. So that's why I have used one sine voltage. Okay. I'm sorry, that's why I used one current sensor. Now current sensor has been passed with a resistor and inductor. Why I am using resistor and inductor? Just to drop the current. Just to drop the current. Next, I'm using a rectifier. Why I will use a rectifier? Why I will use a rectifier? I'm converting AC to DC. I'm converting AC to DC. Again, from DC, I am passing with a capacitor. It is a bridge balancing capacitor. It is a bridge balancing capacitor. Okay, if you have studied about bridge balancing, then it is a bridge balancing capacitor. Next, DC to AC, because here DC has been converted. So again, it will come to DC. Again, I'm converting that into AC and I'm feeding to the machine. So see how much complexity I'm increasing. I can directly put sinusoidal. Yes or no? I can directly put sinusoidal, but why I'm doing this? To make different kinds of arrangement. The aim of this experiment is that we want to go for different kind of arrangements. How many kinds of arrangements are possible and how many way we can run our machine with different sort of arrangements and different sort of signals. That is only the aim. So here, after converting DC to AC, it will feed back to the machine, or else what will happen? From ramp signal, it will convert it into VF controller. Suppose this block is not working. Suppose this block is not working, then again from the ramp signal, here the ramp signal is there. From the ramp signal, it will get converted into VF controller. It will go to the VF controller. From VF controller, it will convert it into AC signal. From AC signal, it will go to the speed phasor diagram phase, and then it will act as a PWM signal. PWM signal means in inverter, if you want to give data, you have to give in PWM mode. PWM means pulse width modulation. Pulse width modulation. Okay. And then you can feedback. So here you can see there are two kinds of arrangements are there. If this first unit is not working, then the second unit will drive, or if second unit is not working, then the first unit will drive. Understood? That is the experiment about inverter drive. Inverter drive means what? See the experiment name. Inverter drive means we are first of all we are converting AC into DC and then feeding. DC into AC and then feeding. Okay. Again, one more example. AIMC statement. AIMC statement. What does it mean? See the response. If you want to read about it, please go to here and documentation edit and read about it. Like at start time, single phase voltage is supplied to the asynchronous induction machine, squirrel cage. See, these all things you can read. Okay, I am not reading it because I know about it. Now, have you ever Ward-Leonard system? Have you studied about Ward-Leonard system in DC? I think in motor. In motor it was there. After the torque generation of the motor, Ward-Leonard system is there. Similarly, Steinmetz system is also there, where we are actually focusing on inductors and capacitors to generate certain oscillations which are very good enough for the machine operation. Okay, you can read about Steinmetz connection in Google. You Google it about chain merge connection, read about the basic feature of it, and try to implement it whenever you are going to your respective colleges. And if you are interested enough, then go to your respective colleges labs and go and just implement over there. Okay, so let us talk about the circuit here. See, nothing is there. These are switches. These are only switches. Okay, 1, 2, 3. These are switches. Here two capacitors are there, and here sinusoidal voltage is coming. Suppose at certain point of time, this sinusoidal is not working, then my two capacitors will generate AC signal and it will run this machine. Again, I am saying at certain point of time, if the sinusoidal voltage is not working, then this two capacitor will generate some oscillations or resonance, and by the help of that, my machine will run. Okay. Understood? The same thing. Rest all things are same. And if you want to go for, see how here complexity has been increased. Now here they have includes the this switching operation. Suppose if suppose the capacitor is generating more voltage, then you can just tap it and you can control it. You can just tap it and you can control it. Similarly, here if my sinusoidal voltage is generating more current or voltage, then you can just trap it and you can just get it. You can just control the flow of the current. Okay. So the same thing. See how things are getting clear. First of all, we studied about the starting. Then we have seen the inverter operation. Then we seen how can we connect switches and how can we trap it in certain conditions. Am I audible now? Am I audible now? Okay. So can anyone tell me up to how much you listen? Because I spoken a lot. So how much you listen, like last line, if you remember, so that I will continue from there. Well, again, I am saying. So see how we are here. We have connected two switches, and we can trap it. If in our emergency condition, if you want to save your or make it safe your appliances, then how can we control it? Okay. So we have seen in the DOL that how can we control it via one switch. In YDO we have seen a two switch. In the third we have used the transformer. In the fourth we have used the conveyor. Then in the fifth we have used the inverter drive. But everywhere inverter is not affordable. So we can get the energy by capacitor, because certain hilly areas we will not get that kind of facilities. So that's why we can go for that. Okay. Next, AIMC with losses. See, AIMC with losses means what? If you want to trap the losses also, how to trap? That trap losses is a very complex one, but still let me explain it. We do have 6 minutes. So before explaining this, let me explain this. Oh, initialization I have already completed. This one also completed. So let me connect the last one. I will explain. So today asynchronous we will complete. Tomorrow I will complete the synchronous machine, the DC machine. Okay. Now coming back to the topic, in the AIMC with losses means what? If you want to trap the losses caused by the machine, Again, I'm repeating, if you want to trap the losses caused by a machine, what should you do? What happens? Here supply has been come, we have measured the power or current. Okay, now it reaches to the machine. Now after reaching to the machine, it after reaching, there are the some power, some amount of power will get destroyed or will get wasted here itself, in the machine itself. So what we will do? I want to trap that power also. Is it audible now? I'm not getting why repetitively such kind of errors are coming. Okay. So I was talking about this circuit. Here you see the input is there. Input has come via current sensor and via power sensor to the machine. Now machine, while processing, machine will have some wastage of power, and I want to trap it. How to trap it? What I will do? I will convert that into a combi timetable. I will convert that analog signal into a digital signal. Combi timetable is a kind of digital clock. Okay, that digital clock actually saves the wastage of power. That will get energized from that waste power, and it will feed back to the PI controller. PI controller. Now PI controller will pass through gain. Gain means whatever gain you will add, accordingly it will increase. For example, here 1 watt is there. Suppose you are able to save 1 watt of power from this terminal, then in the gain if you multiply 5, so how much it will be? 5 watt. So you are able to save 5 watt of power, and you can feed it back to your system. So what will happen? Your system losses will be very minimal. Still losses will be there. Still losses will be there, but it will be very minimal. Okay. It will be very minimal. So this is what AIMC with losses. Okay. Now run it. Let us see. Let us see what kind of response we are getting from here. Okay. See, these are the changes which is occurring in the digital platform. See, this is the digital coin. See, these are the signals. It is a detailed study. You can do PhD on this. This much complexity. You have to go for each and everything analysis. See, you have to go for analysis of everything. These all are the digital signals. Okay. Tomorrow we will cover synchronous machine and DC machine. Okay. Audible? Audible? Audible now? Okay. So tomorrow we will cover the rest machine part and digital electronics part. And in the fifth day, I will share my email ID and certain other data, certain other tasks, some other aspects of Modelica, which will be very helpful for you. So I will say that if though whatever videos it has been uploaded on the drive, try to get that and try to save it in your PC or in your Google Drive for future purpose. Like you can mention in your resume also, like I know something about Daimler platform also, not that much good enough, but you can mention that will give another look to your resume. That will give another look. Why? Because people are professionals are searching for skills only, so definitely it will add up. Drive link, if today I think today they are unable to post it. uh, uh, Today I think they are unable to post it, but tomorrow most probably I will share. Or else, suppose if you're not able to get also, fifth day everything will be shared. And I will open the drive for 2 days so that in case if you're having internet fluctuations and everything, you will get. Yes, previous classes also. So you can just download, you can take time and you can just download it. Baba, what you want to know? First of all, you tell me from which area you are. Please tell your study details. Where are you studying? From which area you are? I just want to know about you. Yes, Vigneshwara, previous classes will also be there. Triple IT means what? Where? Triple IT? Kadapa. Okay, okay. Rajiv Gandhi, University of KT means? Oh, RK Valley. RK Valley is in Vijayawada, I think. Or nearer to Krishna district, maybe RK Valley. I am not aware about it. Okay, Idupulapaya. Okay, okay. Okay. So any doubt you can ask me, or else we will end the session. By tomorrow, please be present, because tomorrow digital electronics will be covering a rest part of the machine. And yes, definitely we will try to convert it, like cover it, within the time. And it may be extended up to 10-15 minutes also. Please do cooperate during that time. If anybody was having classes, they can leave. And rest all, if anybody has any doubt, just ask me, or else we will we will close the session. Okay. Please do search about resting, whatever I said. Like today we have seen some masks, then we have seen about some conveyor belt and etc. It will be useful. And also search about PLC. What kind of PLCs are getting used in your companies? What is the PLC programming we need? And like that things. Go for random searches. See, if you will develop some curiosity, half of the problem will get solved. At any, whether it in text, academic or in field, just you need curiosity. So have some curiosity and do search about it. Okay. Any other doubt? Just you can message me in the chat box also. Attendance has been already taken. Don't worry about it. It has already been taken. Thank you. Thank you. So, okay then, thank you everyone for investing your time and for listening to this session very patiently. I will look forward to you in the next session. Please do join, please do learn, and happy learning. Thank you very much and see you soon. Tomorrow we will meet up again. So please do join the call and we will cover the rest of other syllabus also. And like Google Drive link and everything, I will try to post it tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.